We'll talk with some more Monroe County candidates today. Joining me first is Stu Kessler. He is running for District 1 school board seat, which is being vacated by Robin Smith Martin. Martin is not seeking re-election. Stu, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Jenna. Thank you for having me this morning.
All right, Stuart, I want you to elaborate a little bit on your background.
Well, you know, Jenna, public education really has been the avocation of my entire life. You know, since I've been here in Monroe County for the last 10 years, I've served in various educational capacities, but most recently, I have served on the school district's volunteer audit and finance committee. And my peers on that committee, who are business people throughout the Keys, have chosen me as their chairman for 3 of those years. And going through the district finances and trying to improve the district finances, we found a lot of room for improvement in district finances, and I'd like to have an opportunity to actually implement some of the changes that my committee has recommended over the years. But you also asked me my other background. Before I came here, I was actually elected to a school board in suburban Philadelphia 5 times in a row. And again, the people on that school board chose me as their chairman for 11 years in a row. So I hope that I believe that they thought I was doing a good job and I was deserving of leadership. And while I was on that school board, I was also elected as an officer to the Pennsylvania School Board Association and also a regional director of the National School Board Association. So I have quite a bit of public education experience, and I hope to bring that all for the benefit of the children here in Monroe County.
Stu, you have not ran for school board district here in Monroe County, like you mentioned.
Right.
However, you have been a big critic of some of the district policies. Which ones are you not happy with?
Well, you know, on this audit and finance committee, our mission, of course, is to seek out and look for places where the school district's business practices could be improved. There are many, many examples, and of course our goal at the end of the day is to make available the most money possible for the classroom and to support the educational process, and so that every child gets the most they possibly can. You know, I'm going to switch circles on you a little bit, but you know, people don't understand that Monroe County is actually the most well-funded county in the state of Florida for public education. We raise as much as $15,000 a year, which should be enough money to provide an excellent education for everyone. Unfortunately, all of that money, for various reasons, don't make it to the classroom. I guess one of my favorite stories, and I don't want to keep talking, but one of my favorite stories is the recent construction of the Horace O'Brien Middle School that we just built. We got a $36 million low-interest loan as part of the Obama stimulus to build that building. But it was loan money, and it was interesting. The building was contracted out, not on a fixed price, but on a time and materials basis. I noticed towards the end of the project that there were some change orders that were not being disclosed to the board, and the board appointed me, along with a board member, Captain Ed Davidson, to go into the district and look at the records. And when Ed and I went in to look at the records, I said to Ed, we have a much bigger problem here, Ed, than just some change orders. There are no good financial records of this project. This is a $36 million project, and the records were far from complete. People would be paying multi-million-dollar invoices without any support. You may be aware right now that the school district is trying to sue its contractor to get its own bills from the contractor, and the contractor is defending in court, doesn't want to give up the bills. Well, this is all taxpayers' money. The fact that the district cannot exercise proper control over a project of this magnitude is an example of many, many cases where not all of the money that the hard-earned money that the taxpayers are contributing to the district, and I know they want the best for the kids, is actually getting to the classroom. We need to work harder to put in management and make sure every dollar is spent wisely. In this HOB project, there is millions of dollars that are still unaccounted for. Those millions of dollars, it doesn't make sense to me when I've talked to teachers who don't have basic supplies in their classroom. So it seems like the victims of the financial mismanagement are not the people who caused it, but are the people in the classroom. The teachers and the students don't have the books, the ink, the materials they need, which are relatively low-cost items, because somebody is not worrying about multi-million-dollar issues at one other end. We got to stop that.
Stu, you do have an opponent for this race. What differentiates you two the most?
My opponent is somebody I know personally, and he's a gentleman of high quality and integrity, except that I think I bring something really unusual and extraordinary to this race, which is a lifetime of knowledge, skills, and abilities precisely in the school education field. I mean, I not only, from an educational standpoint, I also have an accounting degree and an MBA. Not only an MBA, but I have a concentration in public finance, which is right exactly in this area. I'm one of the few people who really understands these school district finances, and people don't understand that school district finances are not like any of the other governments here. It's highly regulated and highly controlled by the state, and it's very complex. The explanation of school district finances, the summary, is 40 pages long. That's not the actual law. The summary is 40 pages long. So, and my previous experience at another school board, of course, gives me another basis for comparison. I have already been there and done that. Now, the school district I was involved in also needed some reform, and I believe that my record will show that I was very successful in leading that district to great things and great reforms. I believe that this district has tremendous resources, and with just a small change in leadership and direction, we could, I believe, and I truly believe this, and this is based on a lifetime of experience, this district could be the #1 district in the state of Florida. And it only takes a little bit of a change in leadership.
Great. Stu, it has been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you for being on the show, and good luck with you this campaign season.
Well, it's my pleasure, Jenna. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to take a quick break right now. I'll be back after these messages. Stay with me.